In January of 2021, Kius College in Buffalo, New York, conducted a study that revolutionized our way of seeing sleeping with dogs. Over 1,000 Australian dog parents participated in the study. The results revealed some unexpected surprises for those who chose to sleep with their dogs at night. So, what are they? Before we delve deeper, be sure to subscribe to our Pet Talks channel so you don't miss all our videos on the topic. Let's get started. Bonding. There's something special about ending the day with your furry pal right by your side, isn't there? You're just getting cozy under the covers, and without missing a beat, your dog jumps up to join you. Who could say no to those cuddles that send you off to dreamland? But should you actually let your dog sleep in bed with you? Interestingly, studies have found that dogs actually sync up their heartbeats and breathing with their humans when snoozing together. This hints at a subconscious connection shared between you and your four-legged buddy as you both dream away. Back in the day, dogs would snuggle up together for a snooze to keep each other safe and warm. Makes sense, right? Sleep is when they're super vulnerable, so when your dog cuddles up with you in the comfort of your modern bedroom, they're basically acting on those deep-rooted instincts for safety and trust. And those bedtime cuddles? They're the building blocks of trust and friendship, lasting way past the morning alarm. Sleep quality. So, diving back into what the folks at Kius College found out, it turns out that about 2/3 of pet parents hardly ever feel their sleep is messed up by their dogs. Pretty cool, right? There's this other study where they strapped activity trackers on women who let their dogs bunk with them. What they saw was kind of funny. If the dog so much as twitched, the chances of the woman tossing and turning shot up. But here's the kicker. Most times, the women didn't even realize it was happening. Kind of makes you think, doesn't it? It's like, sure, our dogs might wiggle around and bug us a bit at night, but we don't really link that to feeling groggy the next day. It's almost as if the good vibes and sense of safety we get from our furry pals make those little interruptions worth it. But hold up a sec. Before you get all cozy with your four-legged snooze buddy, the American Academy of Sleep Medicine points out that a whole lot of people are wrestling with sleep troubles like insomnia and sleep apnea. We're talking millions here, and choppy sleep just messes with our brains. Getting the right kind of shut-eye means cycling through all 4 sleep stages a bunch of times each night. Each round takes about 90 minutes, so doing the math, most of us need a solid 7 to 8 hours of pretty much straight-through sleep to be on our A-game. Skimping on quality Z's can really throw a wrench in the works for stuff like paying attention, picking up new skills, getting those creative juices flowing, and making smart choices. So, yeah, having your dog snuggled up with you is super comforting, but it's all about striking that sweet balance. We've got to make sure we're getting that uninterrupted rest to wake up feeling like $1,000,000, ready to dive into whatever the day throws at us. And that goes for our pooches too. Anxiety level. Did you know that there are service dogs specially trained to sleep alongside individuals coping with PTSD? Their company during the night has been recognized as a comforting presence, offering solace to those who find themselves restless, caught up in the worries of the day. Professionals who face high levels of stress on a daily basis have shared stories of how their anxiety and sleeplessness began to fade once they started sharing their nighttime space with a dog. It seems that the rhythm of a dog's peaceful breathing and the warmth of their body can work wonders on calming a troubled mind. And let's be honest, who can resist the gentle nudge of a dog as they persistently paw at your bedroom door? Health. Having a dog around changes not only the vibe of your place, but the bacterial landscape too. Research suggests that hanging out with our furry pals and all the microorganisms they bring along might actually give our health a bit of a boost by beefing up our immune defenses. Now, for the kiddos in the house, getting to grow up with pets, especially during that first year, might mean they'll dodge some allergies to things like pets, dust mites, and pollen later in life. But it's not just about dodging sniffles and sneezes. Having a dog can do wonders for our overall health. Feeling stressed? A quick petting session with your dog can lower your blood pressure. So, that nightly cuddle fest with your pup might be doing more than just warming your feet. However, that same mix of microbes that's doing your immune system a solid might also bring along some uninvited guests like more hostile bacteria, viruses, and the occasional parasite. Especially if your immune system isn't up to par, or you've got a cut that's healing, you might want to rethink the whole bed-sharing setup with your pet And for those among us battling allergies or asthma, sharing your pillow with a pooch might crank up those symptoms. Even if your dog is supposedly the hypoallergenic kind, turns out allergens don't just hitch a ride on fur. They're in the drool and dander too. But it's one thing to gently steer away your pup to their own bed when they want to snuggle up with you, and a whole different story when you're inviting them to your side, but all you get is, "Nah, I'll pass." So why doesn't your dog want to sleep with you? A lot of dogs really dig the whole safe and snug vibe they get from being in bed with their humans. Besides, a dog's nose is like a superhighway, straight to their happy place in the brain. Since we humans tend to, well, marinate in our beds, sweat and all, our beds end up smelling a whole lot like us. For our scent-loving furry friends, snoozing in a spot that's all wrapped up in our smell is pretty much the dream. But hey, just like us, dogs have their own likes and dislikes. Maybe the squishy softness of a mattress isn't their jam, and they'd rather kick back on something a bit sturdier. Or maybe it's the smell of your detergent, or the feel of your sheets that they're not too keen on. And don't forget about the older pups or those dealing with some health issues. That leap onto the bed can be a real hurdle for them. If that's the case, setting up some pet-friendly steps or tweaking your bed setup could be just the ticket to making your bed a welcoming spot for them. With all that said, what's the final call? Should you let your dog sleep in your bed? So far as the Kius College studies go, nearly half the folks surveyed, ages spanning from 18 all the way to 78, said their dog gets prime real estate right in their bed. Another chunk, about 20%, mentioned their dogs keep it close but not too close, opting for a cozy spot somewhere else in the bedroom. Then there's the last group, the 31%, who prefer their pups to have their Z's outside the bedroom. The researchers even used some heat map images to see where dogs plop down for the night when they're sharing space with humans. Turns out, when it's a couple plus their dog, the furry one usually ends up by their feet or smack dab in the middle. Solo sleepers with a dog often find their canine companion curled up at chest level, right where a human partner might be. And for those with just a single bed, dogs tend to stick to the floor, or if they're up on the bed, still at chest level. Interestingly, a good 1/3 of these dogs burrow under the covers for their night's sleep. So, should you roll out the welcome mat on your bed for your dog? It's really your call. If you take some basic precautions to ensure everyone's safety and health, like keeping your bedding fresh and clean, there shouldn't be anything stopping you and your pooch from enjoying some quality snooze time together. And be sure to subscribe to our channel Pet Talks to not miss other interesting videos like this one.